Good morning, everyone. Today I think is the 28th of May. I'm not sure. Just double check that. 27th. Quite a bit's changed since the last video. The workshop's a mess again. Had it quite clean, but then that bike, I pulled the engine apart, and I just poured oil all over the floor. Few new jobs. So first off, I am redoing the motor. It's a big boy Honda clone, so CGI 150 clone. More of the motor. Secondly, I've got this little pit bike here. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with it yet. I need to work that out. I've got a Yamaha Blaster 200. I'm redoing the carb and getting the exhaust welded up on. I'll be working on that today to get quotes. Arctic Cat, I'm getting payment today to finish up the job. DT, I've stripped the engine out and put it back together. Cleaned everything up. The Suzuki, I'm still waiting on parts. Parts are an absolute nightmare. And as I say, it's probably a 2-3 year old job to do. So it'll be quite a while. So first thing I'm doing today is I want to pop that exhaust pipe off the blaster. Also need to get the air filter. As if you look here, it actually had no air filter. It came with no air filter. It was running lean. That's why it sold to me. So I think the reason it's running lean is no air filter, crack in the exhaust. That's all. Extra air going into the engine makes it run lean. The exhaust pipe doesn't allow that extra fuel to escape through it. So carburetor is getting rebuilt for that blaster. The choke broke off, so it needs a new choke. Had no needle and seat or float. I stole a float from my spare parts, and I stole a needle from the DT175. I had a seat, sorry, but the seat's a bit larger than what needle I had, so I'm replacing all of that. Replacing these screws, because I don't know about you, I'm not a big fan of the shape of those screws. I'll also replace all lines going into the carb, fuel lines and breather pipes. I'll put a block off cap on the auto lube here, wherever that auto lube is. There. So I blocked that off just for safety. So what I did have was the auto lube line with a bolt at the end. Don't like that. If you look here, the pump's all blocked off, and the tank's gone. The tank's meant to be there. So having that line there allows a vacuum leak. So I'm going to put a nylon cap on just for extra security. So yeah, then I'll redo that motor. Drop the valve onto the piston. And obviously timing junks because the valves are all seated nicely. If you look at the back of it, it's not the nicest looking piston, causing the, what is it? It's a head bolt. Caused one of the sleeve to actually crack. I'll show you. Okay. Oh, I'm just dropping everything today. There's a socket. So there. If you look inside, I don't know if you guys can see my lighting. You can see all the silver specks in the exhaust port, and same on the intake port too. So that engine's toast. Otherwise, so that I'm gonna get parts today for that to rebuild. Sort that out today. I'm getting payment for that. Got another bike I'm getting payment for that to call out. That's a Royal Enfield Classic 500. And then, so yeah, it's been quite a busy week, which is quite nice. So I'm actually quite looking forward to this, but I'll give you guys updates on the blaster. I'll do a time lapse. Hopefully, if I could get some money, I'll do a time lapse on the rebuild of that carb. Might be quite fun. And then I'll get the exhaust welded up. Arctic Cat, I'm getting payment for the new idler gear, which is there. This here, I'm going to be doing a quote on. I can tell you it's leaking a bit of oil right now. Need to work out where that oil is leaking from. That engine's going back together. I'm also getting payment today for that. So yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Cheers.